Welcome back to the Viking Central podcast. Got a little bit new of a layout here for you guys. Spice it up a little bit. Got a new sponsor, Stead Foods. Chocolate galore. If you love chocolate, check out Stead Foods. Everyone loves chocolate. Go check them out. You see the logo there in the corner. And the candy bar there is caramel crack. And the crack, yeah, you'll keep coming back to it. Trust me. You can use our code at the bottom there, VC10. Just go to steadfoods.com /Viking Central and use that code VC10 for 10% off your order. Trust me, you'll be coming back for more. Just trust. Amazing chocolate. Back to the football side of things, though. Jevon Holland. There's been some talk. Bring him to Minnesota. Safety from Miami. He's going to get paid big bucks in free agency. I think PFF's projecting a 4-year, $80 million contract. So you're looking at about $20 million a year for a safety. Now, he is very versatile. Plays multiple positions. He can come up in the box and essentially play a linebacker. He can roam around, and then he can play safety as well. Kind of like Josh Metellus. And that's why I don't know if the need is there for a Jevon Holland, but adding him to this defense would be very exciting. Him and Flores connected pass. I believe Flores pretty much drafted him his rookie year. Holland's only 24 years old. He's just scratching into the prime of his career, and he's an absolute beast of a football player, an amazing football player, a playmaker. Has two and a half sacks this last year with 2 interceptions. He only has 5 career interceptions, but, when you see him on the field, he's making plays. He's all over the field. Just a really versatile, really good football player on the defensive side of the ball. He's a big guy, can really lay a hit. So just adding him, well, he'd be pretty, essentially, if you think about it, he'd be like replacing Harrison Smith a little bit. If Harrison Smith does decide to retire, now that's a topic for another day. I do think Harrison is coming back, which would make Vikings fans very happy because we love Harry here, Harry the Hitman, Minnesota Viking for life. But he has lost his step a little bit, and we're going to need to find that replacement. Now, we have a great safety group with Josh Metellus. Are we going to bring back Cam Bynum? That's another big one there. Theo Jackson's really good. Harrison Smith, if he returns. But there is some questions up in the air with that group. Jay Ward coming in off of LSU would be his 3rd year. Can he make a little bit of a leap to be a difference maker? So this Jevon Holland talk, it makes sense, but I don't think the Vikings are going to throw $20 million a year at safety, where the position is not a huge need. Again, I keep coming back to this, but they want to build up the trenches, defensive line, offensive line. Now, if you want to do that, you can't be spending $20 million on a safety. Again, he is very versatile. He plays linebacker. He plays safety. He can roam the field. You can send him on blitzes. He does a great job, and he's a playmaker. I would love him in Brian Flores' defense, but I don't know if it makes sense at the end of the day, because he's going to get paid around that $20 million a year. So I don't see Kwesi doing that, especially when he got butchered for drafting Lewis Cine in the first round. Why are you drafting a safety in the first round? And we were kind of right. It didn't work out. But why would you be paying a safety $20 million in free agency when you have a bunch of holes to fill and you want to build up the trenches, maybe add another playmaker on offense? But, we still want to add pieces to that defense, just maybe not at the safety position. Throw that money at a corner. Throw that money at a defensive lineman. Throw it at an offensive guard or a center or something. I just don't see the need there for safety, especially at that price point. Now, I think we could bring another safety in, like a Justin Simmons maybe, just a 1-year contract, and then kind of figure it out. Could we draft a safety? I don't think so, especially when we only have 4 picks. I expect us to maybe have 6 or 7 picks by the end of the draft. I think Kwesi is going to do some maneuvering in the draft and everything like that. But the Jevon Holland talk, it makes sense, but it doesn't really make sense when you kind of pinpoint what it would do to your salary cap when we do have all these other needs that we do need to spend money on. And looking at that and looking at Kwesi, just don't see him throwing the money at a safety. Again, the connection makes sense with Brian Flores. I think Flores would love him here, but the price point and the fit, the fit is great, but the price point, and there's not really a need at safety unless they let Bynum walk and then Harrison Smith decides to retire. Then it's a need, but even then, I don't see them throwing $20 million a year at Jevon Holland, but he is 24 years old, just entering his prime. I think he'd be amazing in purple. I would love him in purple, but at the end of the day, go get a guy like Milton Williams or Trey Smith or, someone really good, DJ Reed. Guys that I think are more of a need for the defense or the offense if you get a guard. So the Jevon Holland talk is fun. Was it realistic? Maybe. I don't think it's happening. Let's go.